Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be hearing about how to build Volto add-ons. This is something that I sat in on training on Saturday and Sunday with Tiberiu, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Alok has to say about building Volto add-ons in 30 minutes, which is something that we covered in about 8 hours before, so hold on to your britches. This is Alok Kumar, who has been working with Kit Concept on Volto. He was also a Google Summer of Code student in 2019 working on Gatsby. And so I'm really pleased to get a chance to talk to him, and I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say. And go ahead, Alok.
Okay. So, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. So today I'm going to talk about the building Volto add-ons, and wish me best of luck. Because I have 30 minutes and I have to cover lots of content. So let's get started. So firstly, who I am. So I am Alok Kumar, mainly a front-end developer at the Kit Concept and working on the Volto. And the previous work of mine is I created the Gatsby theme Plone and contributor of the Gatsby source Plone. So if you want to find me, you can find me on LinkedIn, Twitter, GitHub with the name iFleming. I do not know how I choose it, but it's just unique. So if you search, I am the first person. So first of all, how we can bootstrap our add-on structure. So we can bootstrap the add-on structure with the Ammon generator provided by our awesome Plone community, like Tiviru and Victor done this awesome work. So we can create the boilerplate. And as you know that Volto is all along a self project. So if you want to do something or add some behavior, you have to create a boilerplate, and so for that Yeoman generator comes into picture. So you can install the Yeoman using just npm install Yeoman, and you can download our Plone generator using the Volto. So first of all, I am going to show you how to generate the boilerplate using a Yeoman generator. So let me go to my code editor. So you can do that, you will type Yeoman Plone Volto and just the folder name which you want to generate the boilerplate. So you just click into that, and I'm just waiting to show you how it's going to be. And then you will get this awesome CLI, what is the project description. I will type Plone Conference 2020. Then would you like to add add-ons? As default is true, so we will just type true. And we are it's just asking with the add-on name plus extra loader and something. We are just going with the simple bare step. So I work on Volto form builder, so I am just taking some help. So we would like to add another add-on, so I do not want that. Workspace, you can leave this, and you can do something like false, and it will create, and it will generate lots of node modules. So we do not want to go into that, and we can just cd into that and look into that, what is the boilerplate for our code. So we'll quickly go look into that. I think that I need to share once again my Volto, I think this one. So when you first create the boilerplate, you will find this type of folder structure, and you can see in package JSON file, you will find that we have these add-ons, and add-ons will be the name which we are given, and known, and in description we are given the Plone Con 2020. So this will be like that, and then you have this source folder, and you have all the boilerplate which you use for the Volto editing. But we have this add-ons folder, and you can see that it's the blank, but hold on, we'll fill it at the end of talk. We have this lots of content, and then I'm going to show like share this one. Not I have to share like share this. Okay, so this is like so. I just show you like how you can generate the boilerplate using the Yeoman generator, and like that. Like we have created this add-on. Like we name our add-ons like the Volto Plone, Volto form builder. But like how we can make our project aware that like we have this our development mode add-on. So we can use our JS config JS config file, and we'll put our development package at this place so that it can resolve the package successfully. So what does JS config is that like if you have this any development package, you can just provide the path for that development package, and then when you start or run your project, the webpack will resolve this plugin using this path. So let me show you, like, and also show you in the code, like how we can do that. So this is the JS config file. So what you do is like you will put your resolve module. Like we are creating the Volto form builder. You have this different thing like EA Volto column. You will put this where like whatever your name of the add-on which you are developing, put it there like the Volto form builder, and we will just provide the path. Like we are in the add-ons folder, and we have this directory like the Volto form builder, the add-on file name, and then we have this source directory where our whole add-on code will live. So that's why the JS config part is important. So do not forget it. And for developing the add-ons locally, you need it. So this is how it looks like. I already explained like what it is. Okay, so now let's start our first add-on file, like how to get it started. So as you know that like when you generate this add-on folder, like the add-on boilerplate, we have this empty field. So first of all, we create a directory with a similar name, what we are going to develop for our add-on, like the column or the Volto form builder. So I'll create this Volto form builder, and then I'll create a source folder, and we have this index.js file. I am calling it .index.js file, but you can do name it whatever you want. Like if you want to name it like config.json, put config.json, but please remember to update the path like here. Like if you have this source file and you have this we do not have like index.js, but we have this config.json, just put another thing like source/config.json, because we'll use it will export a function which received a config file from our Volto, and we'll modify it so that we'll access the behavior of our add-ons in our Volto project. So as I already written, like we will create an index.js file, because you know that like if you provide a directory name and you do not provide anything, then that index.js file will be resolved for that directory. And this index.js file must contains a function signature that takes the Volto configs and returns a new config. So it's look like this, like you have this export default, which takes a config and this and return a config. So you are looking into this parameter called config, and this config parameters is passed by the Volto project itself. So it will be like whatever the features the provided by the Volto will be present in this config. And if you want to modify anything, just write in the function body and just return the configuration which you want for your custom project or for the custom add-on. So I can show you like how it's look like for auto form builder, I just name it to apply config, like it's the name like which I want like everybody should follow. Like we should give it a name like, and I am using it for that, like give the function of apply config. It takes the config, and you know that like if you can see like here I am just overriding the config thing. Like I get the config from the Volto and the blocks, and I am just overriding it, and then you can see that I am returning the config file. So I think it's it. Okay, so first of all, like let's as you know that in Volto everything is blocks. So for creating an add-on, you must have a basic block creation. Uh, uh, you need to know like how we can create a blocks in the Volto blocks. I will not go into details because we already have Nilesh talk and everyone's like talking about the block. So I'll just give the briefly like how it's play the thing, and then we'll just dive into the add-ons. So a block configuration will look like this. Like we have this input block, like the type of the block which we want to create, and this have this ID thing, which and the object key and the ID should match. Otherwise, you will get a error like unknown block behavior. So please be aware that make yourself like case sensitive, and spelling should be correct. Like your object key and the ID should be the same. So, and we have this all the configuration, like what the title which you want to give the block, the icons for the block and the group. And we have this view and edit, whatever the view template which you want to show. And we have this other configuration which you can learn like in the Volto docs documentation or anywhere, like if you search for that. So now we have, I found this very interesting thing, like whatever, like as an add-on writer, we should contains our blocks into our custom group. So you can pass the custom group in the add-ons, like you can create your own group. Like I created the form group for my Volto form builder. You can create like EA Volto add-ons for the column, or something like a chart block add-on. So you will put like, okay, so we have this column and this is like the chart block. So I can quickly show you like how it's look like. If I go to localhost 3000, it's everything works fine. Okay, I have to log in. So we have very protected password. And you can see that like if I go to my page, edit, you can see that like I am grouping things. I can show you. Like you can see that like I have grouped my all add-ons block into the form thing, and I think that you should also do that. Like if you have this add-on and you want to provide this add-on for the company or somebody to use, just provide a proper group so that a person can know that, okay, so it is coming from this add-on, not from the Volto core. So they know that like where to debug, where to look into that, and this will be like the a helpful tip for the user interface to like how to do that. So let me go to my conference talk, present it to you. Okay. So this is where like you can pass your custom group, like just use the copy the config group block ordered by the default like the Volto, and just pass the new object with the ID and the title, and just reference it in your like the block. Like I'm passing the group to be, sorry, like the passing the group to be this form, and then this block will be kept into your form accordion. So like so this is the way like you can pass the custom group, and for passing the custom block, you can just override the blocks behavior of the config. So how we can do that? Like we have to pass the group order. So we are overwriting the group's block order thing, and we are just copying the config blocks. And you know that we are using the ES6 rest operator for copying the all blocks which contains in the config file, and then we are overwriting the group blocks order from the previous thing, and we can pass our config form block custom folder from this. So I can show it to you. Like, can I share it? Okay. So will be look like this. Like I am just using it, like I am created this form block. You see that like we have this form block, and I have this whole object, and then I am just copying this form block and providing it to the blocks config which is provided by the Volto. So this is the way which you can just pass your own blocks. And this is like the using the group blocks order, you can pass your custom form, like the form accordion or something like that. So this is it, like passing. Okay, so there will be like another problem, like how we can store my state in our add-ons. So how we can write custom reducer related to our add-on. So you can create the reducer and you have to pass it in the config. So what we did like is that, like, you create the reducer as a normal, like the way you know, and just pass this reducer to the Volto config, and we will take care the rest for him. Like we will provide the state and everything which you access in the edit or the view component using the connect function provided by the Redux. So it's not your overhead. Like, just create the reducer as you do in the Volto and pass it to config. So how we can pass the config? So you can pass the config by, like, we provide a add-on reducer for the object in the config. So you just have to override this, like you provide this config dot add-on reducers, or and just pass your reducer. So I will just quickly show you like how this works. So I have this form builder reducer, and and you can see that, like, I am importing it from the reducer, and this is my reducer file, and I have this form builder reducer. So you can see that, like, I am following the same pattern which is followed by the Volto. Like, it's a good one, like define the constant in the other folder, define your action in the other folder, and just create a pure reducer function in the reducer. So you can see that, like, I have this form builder, the general, like the case, the success, and the thing. So please bear me with the action thingy. So
Look,
this is the way you can just
I just want to interrupt just to make sure that you're aware that we're
okay.
seeing just your code. We're not seeing any slides. So you might want to check if you're trying to show slides and flip between them, you might need to change what you're sharing.
Okay, sorry. Uh, so I have this thing, like this reducer thing, and you just have to do this. Like you can just define this reducer in the project. So I think that I have to fix it. Okay, so now you can see it, like the slide. I think so.
Yep, it
So
looks
this
good.
is the way. Okay, so this is the way you can pass the config add-on reducer. So the next thing is like how to style your add-ons. So how you can style your add-ons, because we created the add-ons and we make aware our project, like how to, I will just quickly go to, like we created the blocks for our add-on, like the input block or any block. Then we create our custom group thingy, and then we pass our custom block to the Volto. We also pass our custom. Then we also pass the state of the add-ons to our file, like this one. And now, like, we are done with that. Like, so we created the everything for a raw, like, and now I want to style my add-on. So how we can do that? So you can style your add-on by just creating a less file and import in the component where you want to style. Okay, so just create a less file. I will say in the root of directory, and just put some CSS into that. But please make sure that you will import these 3 lines, like this one. And I will just explain that this type and the element things are by the semantic well, like how they know, like what is the custom thing and what is the extra. And we will please consider this third line, like import multiple dot slash theme config file. This is the way we connect to the Volto theme configuration. So we will now have access to all the variables, font names, and everything which is provided by the Volto in our less file. So notice that by importing, we are able to use the Volto, and by extension, all semantic UIs and the less variable which are declared in the Volto, you can access it. So maybe I can show you. So I have to just change it. Okay, so share. Okay, so how you can do that? Like you just create a list file like this one, and you can see that like I added the add-on name like the Volto form builder add-on type like the form, like it's just for like enhancing or something. So you create the .list file and you just put some CSS like this thing, and just import it like where you want this style to go. That's it. Like this is just the simple thing, like how you style this, how this style your add-ons. So now like we have this functionality, like okay, we have installed the add-ons and we have everything like the blocks, groups, and the styling, so we are happy with it. But for the client project or for our, like how we can modify the add-ons, I do not want this behavior, I want something to be like nice and good, I want this modification. So how I can change it. So you can override the add-ons block like the same as you do in the Volto, like the customizing thing. So you can override a Volto block like the same as the customizer. You can put the customize the Volto add-ons you by putting into the customization folder as you do as the Volto. But please remember, like you also have customization for the Volto and you want to customize the add-on. So we provide another feature like put your Volto customizers in the Volto folder and put your add-on customizer into your add-ons folder. That's the simple thing you have to keep in your mind, that okay, so if I am customizing Volto and add-ons both, put it. And if you do not, you can customize the Volto just using the customization folder. You do not have to create the Volto folder and then put it there, but just for if you are customizing. So I can show you like how this customization things work. So I will just show you live, like so that you can see. No, this one. So as okay, so I have this. So I just close the add-on folder, and you can see that in customization folder, I have this thing, the Volto form builder, components, text area, view. Just follow the path which is the path which is present in the add-ons folder. So you can see that in add-ons, we have this Volto form builder. And in Volto form builder, we have this thing, the component and the text area, and then the edit and the view. So we are just following the same structure there, like the Volto form builder, components, text area, and the view.js, and then you can do whatever you want. So I can just quickly show you like how to do that. Okay. Okay, so I will just put localhost 3000. I have this thing. So you think that like this is the description and this is the text area block, like if you can see. And if I just change this form to div, and please keep remember like I am changing into this one. And save it. And you can see that like I have changed the code in the view. Like I can just show you because we need to just shift it. So I just changed the code from div, from form to div in the Volto form builder component area. And now you can see that like I am getting this change. So now you can see that like I just removed this styling and getting this. So I think this is good. Like, so this is the way we can customize the Volto add-ons. And the order of the customization. So how the order of the customization work in the Volto. So we have this Volto thing. We can customize the Volto using the add-ons, and we can customize the add-ons to the project. So please remember that like you can mess up the add-ons via the project. So the higher priority of the customization is used by the project. So if someone overriding a component in the add-ons, and the project manager or the project the people who are working on the project just customize this the same folder which is customized by the add-ons, then there will be a problem. So if you are facing this problem, like I just imported this add-on and I am doing everything right, but I am not able to do that, like but something is getting wrong. So how I can fix it? So please remember that, make sure like you go to the GitHub, check their project, like which folder they are customizing and whether you are customizing the same folder or not. So it's maybe a tedious task to find, but if you remember like correctly like how to do that, you can just you will be good. Like you can just look into their code and see that if you are making the same mistake as I did. So I think that I have to just check some, make sure like just okay. So order of customization. So let me show you, like I build a simple add-on like the Volto form builder. So maybe I can just quickly show you like how I did it and how and what's the feature is present. And we have also, if you want to know more about it, the Janina is talking about it. Like he also took some other approach how to do that. So I will, if you want to look into that, like what are the other projects which are implementing the Volto formula, please look into that. But I just giving my approach, like how it's look. So it's currently in the development. I do not have lots of time to look into that, but we have this very bare bone feature like currently, like what's on the block and what will be the API and everything. So currently, like if install this add-on, like you will get this form group, and we have this thing, like we have this input. We are also trying to implement the input material field. I think that I should extract into a separate project. Like this is the currently the current form of the Volto. Like if you go have, if you see the form structure of the Volto, like it has left and the right orientation. And if you check out the input material of the material design system, it is like top and the bottom. Like the top has the label and the bottom has this field type. So currently we have these three things. We have this lots of block like the input, the text area, date time, submit button, email, checkbox, select integer. And if you see, like we have like bunch of configuration, like I can show you, like for it's a simple one, like you can put the name and the placeholder, like put your name or something like that. You can pass error message, like we have this common validation feature, like if you want to do this required. So if the user does not fill this required, the user will get notified like please fill your name or something like that. Like we provide a general error handling in the Volto, so it does that. And we are planning, like I am planning to have like this schema based validation. So as a user, like if you have something, like you just will provide a bunch of configuration like by the add-ons, and you just select into that, like I want this validation, and the add-ons will take care of that, like everything. So I think so. Yeah, this is like the checkbox, the select block. Like, so we have this from city name, something like that. City name choices. So I'll just type some name like Mumbai, like bomb ceremony. And the error message something like you have to choose something. This is, and you can see that like we have this selecting like the same as we do in any form, like this one. So this is the Volto form builder, and this is the order of the customization. So I think I do not have any time because I just 1 minute left. So I think that hope that you learn it, you learn something from this talk, and excited to see your work on the Volto add-ons, like how you use this interesting tool to make your own add-ons and make your life easy. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Alok. That was a very whirlwind tour of how to add a Volto add-on. Thank you again for doing that. And Volto add-ons are a new development, and it's something that I'm going to be following a lot more closely. Really always appreciate seeing more information about how to do that, as I believe you need to learn. Here are things 7 times, 7 different ways to really understand it. So I really appreciate it, and thank you again, Alok. Please join us in the face-to-face right now, and Alok will join the discussion there and can answer more of your questions there. Thank you again.